好了，我们现在可以开始了吧 ？We are live, I think. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to basically share this to Twitter real quick, and then you can start going through biomutant. So I've been waiting for this for a while. Yeah, sorry about that, I was checking the audio. So I'm going to be playing through biomutant for a little bit, and yeah, let me just share the link to Twitter. Right, okay. So yeah, let's go. So for the record, I've played this maybe like 10-20 minutes just to see if it worked and if it was, set up okay. But I haven't actually done much else. So, I've only just about gone through the character creation already. But I'm going to be starting the character. I deleted that character so I can start completely again for the sake of the stream. So yeah, let me know if you can hear this okay or not. And yeah, so I'm pretty excited. Been waiting for this for a while. We've not had many AAA games with dubs in Chinese, so this is pretty cool. But well, let's wait and see. But yeah, any questions? This is an AMA as well, so any questions about language learning or Chinese or whatever, just I've got my laptop up on the left so I can see all the comments. So just drop me a message and let's go. I love the music in this game. It really does feel like Chinese sort of music, like the wuxia dramas.
瘟疫正在毁灭这片土地，尽管生命之树依然矗立，但还能坚持多久？新的世界即将迎来终焉。部族之间分崩离析，需要一位强者带领他们走向统一，又或者将他们毁灭。这故事有一段不寻常的开始。 所以结局也注定不平常。
好，我就是那个强者吧。
欢迎来到生化变种。
Difficulty， 选择难度中等吧。Go for the middle. If in doubt, go for the middle. Yeah, I asked a second ago. I don't know if you heard over the game audio. I turned it down a bit now. But,
为你的 DNA 进行编码。
I was just asking, what do you mean by Chinese podcast? I listen to Chinese podcasts a lot. I don't know if you put it in quotation marks, so I don't know if that means like a specific one or something. I don't know, but I do listen to them a lot. Right, so for character creation, it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one's the agile one. It's agile, but he's not very smart. 用体力来弥补吧，精神力不足的。Okay, so this is a strong one. trying to remember all of the I'm trying to remember what the English name of it is. But I've been through all of these already. I'm not going to waste too much time on the character creation, but there's a bunch of different types. They all have different strengths. I'm going to go for this one because I want to create a melee guy. So 丁丁你的角色其实属性吧，属性要将每一个属性效果的详细说明。接下 I guess that's the button in the middle.
定义你的基因结构。
So it's quite funny in this when you change your stats around. Your like body parts change as well. It's pretty cool. So I don't know if I should speak Chinese or English in this stream, so let me know. But let's just go halfway between. This is strength. 力量. This is agility. Right, here you go.
选择基因恢复。
Hey Faith, how's it going? Again, this seems like it's just resistance. So you've got what? Heat, 生化危险, biohazard, 寒冷, frost, 辐射, radiation. Let's just go with fire because that one is I like the it changes the color of your arm. Let's go red.
选择你的绒毛风格。
Yeah, that one's alright. Let's go with that.
选择你的主配色。选择你的细节颜色。
You can actually get like bright pink for a bit darker, shall we? Not that dark. Make it a bit more red. I quite like the dark red actually. Let's go with that.
选择职业。
What's this? This is a game called Biomutant, or the Chinese name is 生化變種. It's an RPG that's got a Chinese dub, so I'm just trying to play it. The only thing is I'm not used to the simplified characters, so this is probably be quite hard actually.
雇佣兵，
different
雇佣兵，
classes. Mercenary,
死亡眼，
like death, I
突击
guess.
队员，
Commando,
灵能者，
灵能者. I think it's just like ability user. This looks like your standard
破
mage.
坏者，
Destroyer,
哨兵，
Xiaobing. I don't know what the Xiao is on the front, but Xiaobing, just some sort of soldier, I guess. He looks like someone from the military. I'm gonna go with.
雇佣兵，
This is the one from the pre-order bonus, so I'm gonna go with this. So you can see in the bottom, it's got two abilities. There, 双眼控制, 狂怒. So it's dual wield and 10%.
雇佣兵，
Just to say here, Jin Jan is like close battle. That must mean
雇
melee.
佣兵，
So let's just go with that.
会成功的。
Shoot, I think I missed that.
一人身负过去，无奈地卷入历史的聚光灯之下。
I actually really like the hat and like the art style of this.
"我们站在命运的交叉口，做出选择，沿着一条岔路走下去，还是干脆随波逐流，自生自灭？是时候认清自己了。
So yeah, for anyone new that's joined, I'm just playing through this, but it's also an AMA. So any questions about Chinese or anything, then let me know. That's right, so I've got to
对你
choose.
来说，这并不是一个普通的交叉口，而是世界与原始能量气的交汇。
让我自我介绍一下，我是你黑暗的一面，准确的说，是你内心的声音，是你一系列言行后果和内心平衡的回响。
Yeah, I picked it because my character was red. 未满同在，我不确定黑暗是不是我。I'm just, I guess it's like the evil. Don't want to be evil. Let's be good.
很高兴你能意识到自己真正的身份，让我们继续向着光明和美好的道路前进。
你不能这样妄自菲薄，你一开始就做出了正确的决定，为什么现在要改变心意？
The good thing about this, actually, I wish I understood Mandarin. Lol. Yeah, I mean, they're just talking about this. Well, I mean, I'm not going to translate everything, but I just wanted to say quickly, the cool thing about this game is it's, you can see it says on the bottom right, press to go on to the next one.
你不能否认内心的想法，有时候不在于怎么想，而在于怎么做。
You said there's a setting where you can basically mean after every line in the dialogue, you have to, press A or X to go to the next one, which is quite useful if you need to stop to look up words.
但是记住，末日才刚刚开始，最后还得听我的。
So if I just go into settings, I can't remember where it was now. Yeah, it should be this one. Like auto move the dialogue on. It starts off on default, but if you want to stop to look up stuff up, I'd recommend changing that from on to off. And then what else is useful? Subtitles, probably want them on. There you go. And also subtitles on here set to the big size. Background opacity and stuff. So it's good. Right, let's go.
对的总是对的。
对的总是对的。
死亡的故事与遗弃的尸体，久违的回响宛如风中的低语，提醒着我们活在这个濒临毁灭的世界与自然的仁慈之下。但是还有一个更加直接的威胁，来自猎食者的威胁。你是否还记得那个摧毁你家庭的野兽？还是你已经忘记，你曾选择了逃避，背弃了我们，迷失在自己的世界里，而与此同时，猎食者变得更加强大。现在问题是，他是否已经变得太强大了？
So I think the basic story for this game is it's post-apocalyptic. God. Okay. I think the basic idea of the game is it's like a post-apocalypse. Okay, so shoot for that. Do I use HSK for learning vocab, or have your own similar method for learning? Isn't HSK an exam? What do you mean HSK for an exam? Do you mean like, do I learn it by HSK list? I don't really follow HSK at all. I know they've released the new 3 levels for it, but I've not. I've not really done much with HSK, so no, I don't do that. I tend to just try and pick up whatever's around me. So like if I read a book or whatever, I'll just look up the words that look important to understand that story, as opposed to, trying to understand, trying to like learn the words in the HSK. So if there's like a topic I want to talk about, for example, I'll just try and consume content about that topic and then just learn the words that come up in it. So for example, I'm wanting to learn to speak about engineering better in Mandarin, so I've got a course about physics on Coursera that I'm going through, and they've got all the subtitles and stuff, so just look up the words for that.
希望下次你已经做好了准备。
Run. So yeah, Faith, what language are you learning? Is it Mandarin as well? Oh shoot.
猎食者并不是唯一的威胁。随着终焉之日的来临与生命之树的凋零，生命发生了突变，野外也充满危险。
打得好！
It's actually the control scene. Actually quite good on this. Wants me to go that way. Yeah, no, but I don't really learn any HSK related words. Jinli more坏. Hey, wait. I think it's like you add it for types of electric ammo, like武器特效有空心火罗电. You can add this to change like the damage type of your weapon. I think it's only for guns. Can I? Oh yeah, see my. I just changed the blue my like bullets. I'm currently learning Spanish, but I've been on and off with Mandarin. It's a bit difficult when it comes to language with characters. Yeah, I think it's a bit of a stumbling block to start with for sure. But it's like with anything. If you persist, you'll just get slowly better. So I don't think it's something to worry about. I mean, it's definitely harder than reading in Spanish. If you, especially for sciencey stuff, to be fair. Because if I was to say something like to do with my work, like for example, like distillation column, I believe in Spanish is column de distillation or something. So yeah. Ya has olvidado mucho mi español. Es muy terrible. Yeah, might go out this way.
石油污泥到处都是，对于大多数生物来说都是致命的。但是有些生物已经适应了新环境，并做出了改变，或者说进化。
I just remember to parry. That must be parry G2.
打得好。
他死定了。分他过来吧。Yeah, that's nice. You can loot stuff from enemies. 是能力包。Oh right, 中型 is probably like middle size power power like sack, power bag. Anyway, it looks like it's just recovers your energy. 25, and it takes 20 seconds to do that. Fine. Some candy. I've used the Pleco app before and it was a bit annoying to have to search characters, but I didn't know the pinyin. Yeah, well, as a beginner, that's the thing. So I can't show you now because I'm not on my computer, I'm on the PlayStation. But what you can do, you can get things like pop-up dictionaries. So if you use, like, for example, language learning with Netflix, or you use something like Subadub when you go onto Netflix, or you get anything with, you know, like subtitles that are soft, like YouTube CC as well, you can just hover your mouse above it with the cursor, and it tells you what the English translation and the pinyin is. And this can also work with websites like IQ as well. You see IQ, Netflix, YouTube, you can all use to learn it and just get a pop-up dictionary. Or what I actually quite enjoyed doing before is for videos, I enjoyed using Link for like the starting off bits. So, you know, or also, if you're a complete beginner, get, you know, a beginner's textbook, and then it would have pinyin with all the characters to start with anyway. I probably would recommend learning some core characters to begin with anyway, like maybe like a few hundred to learn the ideas of how characters work. Like, you know, like the 4 types of characters, or the 4 main types of characters and how they're made up, because it helps a lot with remembering them.
打得好。
Oh wow, you can blow up the stuff he picks up, okay. Was it it's not frozen. Yeah, so how long have you been learning Spanish for? I'm tempted to try and speak a little bit, but see if I can remember any. Antes me aprende un poco español, así que puedo comunicarse en español, pero es muy terrible. Yo quería aprender español es porque antes me viajé a México con mi familia, mi hermano, y Baba y Mama. Is that Chinese? I don't even remember. Probably. Baba and Mama's probably Chinese. I forgot how do you oh, Pedro, Madre. Yeah, that was it, yeah. Just thinking of all the swear words. Man, that's so rusty though. Okay, so for oh, your Spanish is much better than mine then. For enemies with shield, you need to first hit it with a melee attack and break it. Probably more applicable to like ranged characters, such as hit them anyway. dead? Whoa, you can slide through his legs. Cool. This combat's actually pretty good. 5 years, that's a long time. Struggle with speaking, but reading is really advanced. Have you ever read Don Quixote? La Mancha? That's something that I've wanted to read for a long time. I just find it hilarious, the idea of like taking all these knight stories and just having just someone going around trying to be a knight, thinking he's helping people, just causing all sorts of problems. Yeah. My favourite drama for Spanish wasn't La Casa de Papel, it was actually one called La Catedral de la Mar, which was the Cathedral on the Sea. It's based off this novel. I think there's 2 novels in the series. But yeah, it was really good. It was like 8 episodes long. Nope, never. You've never heard of Don Quixote? La Mancha, like it's the most famous novel from Spain, like ever. It's like one of the most famous novels out of Europe, I think. It was really influential at the time. Let's see if I can get up the Wikipedia. There you go. You can. It's really famous Spanish book if you're into reading. Yeah.
那个管子看起来很脆弱，用爪棍应该就能搞定。
That canister looks really weak. If you use the crowbar, you should be able to break it.
Oh.
You just watch random cartoons in Spanish.
是时候找个路出去
I did that for a bit.
了。对，我说真的。
I also played a lot of games in Spanish before. Let's level up first, actually. Yeah, because for Spanish, there's a lot of dubs for it. What do I want? My health's so low. I feel like I should probably get a bit more health. So this one here, Holi. Another thing you can try for Chinese characters is a book called Remembering the Traditional Hanzi by James Heisig. So if I take, for example, the one that's selected now, the first character is Ho, which means to live. And I can't remember if it was live or lively in the book, but it just remembered like the bit on the right of that character is a tongue, for example, and the bit on the left is like drops of water. So you can imagine, you know, it's very lively. People are using their tongues to speak, and you've got, you know, people busting out champagne and, you know, sharing drinks and stuff like that. And then the one on the right means power, which is just a small character, and I think it's supposed to be maybe like a shape of a muscle. But so you can do memory tricks like that, and then, you know, just learn to break them down, and it becomes easier once you know what the parts are. So
新鲜的空气对你有好处。
Fresh air is good for me. Kongsho. Oh, this is tough. Do I want to go I'll go dual. Yeah, okay. So rectangle, rectangle, circle. Oh wow, okay. Let's have a go. Have a oh. Does that just use energy when I do that? Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, okay. And this double jump, okay. I should give that a try, sounds interesting. I can't remember what I was talking about before. There's also a lot of, there's a lot of games in Spanish though. a lot of video games in Spanish.
莫克在危急情况下会通过身
I
体器
remember I
官
played
喷射
Skyrim
出
and Fallout
生化
4
物
and
质
stuff. If
粘
you're
液
into， games and like
这种粘液
Fable
会
and
导致
Witcher
任
and
何
stuff.
生物的细胞排列发生改变，包括你。
Let's try this new ability. Ah, you.
打得好！
Ooh, the last one seems to do more damage. Oh, there you go, when it attacks with both at the end. That's what you want. So yeah, oh cool. Yo, how's it going, Seabot? Thanks for checking out the stream. This is I don't know if you're into games. This is a game called Biomutant, which I'm just doing in, you know, doing in Mandarin. Just some fun. Are you still dabbling in that at all? Dialogue-based resource for Mandarin. So apologize the person with an N for the YouTube name. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I would say it depends if you're wanting simplified or traditional. For traditional, there's the NTNU books called. I forgot the name. 2 seconds. If I'll just blow that up big a second. A course in contemporary Chinese. There's 6 books in total. It's supposed to be in line with the CEFR. The first one for this is great for beginning dialogues and have lots of interesting tidbits and facts about Taiwan as well. So I'd say that's what I used when I started. But if you want simplified, I am less knowledgeable about that. But I've heard lots of people say Yo-Yo Chinese is good. I think Seabot used that before actually. Oh, you love games, just don't get to play it. I believe it's Nicholas if my Greek alphabet. Oh, that's okay, cool. I didn't even realize that was Greek. Yeah, man, I need. There you go, the master of all of the scripts there from Seabot.
世界末日来临之时，塔克萨诺公司建造了被称为方舟的舰船。
Yeah, I love Yo-Yo Chinese. I've heard it's really good.
但是是否已经为
Because
时
it's like
过
quite
晚？
colloquial stuff.
从唯
So
一存留
if
下
you
来
give
的
that a
方舟
try.
的航行日志上，我们得知
Traditional,
其他
I'd
方舟
recommend.
驶
Yeah,
向
a
了
course
天
in
空，
contemporary Chinese. That's
驶
what I
往了
use.
星辰大海。看来我们的前人们从来没有放弃为种族寻找新家园的希望。
I can read things I just can't speak. That's better than my Greek. I know a few of the letters and stuff just from engineering, you know, like epsilon and alpha, beta. See, when it says meaty, I thought that was like riddle, but it looks like in this context it might just mean puzzle in general. Okay. Fine. Do you have to like connect it up?
最后几步了，加把劲。
But maybe it's like the... Just gotta match up the colours. Okay. So if your name's pronounced Nicholas, tell me if that's correct or not, please.
导致数个世纪之前的世界末日的事件。很明显，整个世界都没料到， 塔克萨诺公司的无底线行为会导致如此严重的后果。他们进行的稀土开采活动和核工业产生了无数废料，并且出于对未来的顾虑，他们把废料全部堆积在了填埋场，直到最后没有地方再堆积。就是这时候，他们犯下了最大的错误。随即，他们开始把废料倾倒在海里，寄希望于海浪可以吞没并且分解掉废料。他们没错，但是没人能承受随之而来的改变。当被倾倒到海里以后，辐射物质开始影响野生动物的基因序列，造成了它们的后代产生了突变。这对整个生态多样性和生态系统产生了不可思议的冲击。他们熟知的世界崩塌了，也永远不可能再跟过去一样了。在那一片废墟中留存下来的，就成了我们的家园。
Okay, I think that was just a bit of history. Yeah, I think the story for this game is just like it's you're like these animals. Can I zoom in on my face? It looks kind of like the main guy's face off Ice Age, the way his teeth hangs out. It's hilarious. But yeah, they're like in this post-apocalyptic world, and they're kind of like the new prominent life form.
砰砰声，从来都代表不好的事情。从门后面传来的一个警示标志，这盒子看起来很危险。
Yeah, that box does look pretty dangerous. Can you open this?
锁上了。要让门短路，需要动点脑子。
Probably. We'll just match up the colors, right? Let's just do that.
最后几步了，加把劲。
要动脑子。
搞定了。
哇，很容易了吧？不要小看我。看我的厉害了吧 ？Remember what the idiom was for piece of cake? 轻而易举，对，轻而易举。
那个坐轮椅的寡不敌众，你最好帮帮他。
Enemies. Yeah, I love this like kung fu style RPG. If I saw this game, I might just assume it was made by like a Chinese dev or something, just because of the scenery and the music. But it's pretty cool that it's not. I think it's made by a Swedish guy actually. So I watched PewDiePie play one of the pre-launch streams, and he was saying it was a Swedish dev. Yeah, for traditional, I'd highly recommend that course book. But it might be worth like I said, doing some work with the characters before. Like the heisting method's long, so like I think there's other things that might be better. There's Vladimir Skolty's book in Chinese characters, and there's also Outlier Linguistics. I've never done either of them, but I've spoken to both of them, people Vladimir and also Ash and Outliers, about Chinese characters, and they're both very knowledgeable people, so I'd be surprised, especially Ash. He seemed to know a lot about Chinese characters in the history, so I'd be very surprised if the course doesn't live up to his knowledge. How's Nihongo going, Sibo?
他想向你道谢，感谢你跟他并肩对抗劫掠者。他的声音十分耳熟，但你就是不知道是为什么。
为什么？
他自称是过气大佬，他知道自己已经过时了，但是他仍然没有放弃。你没认出他来，他似乎一点都不惊讶。 毕竟你当时只是个小孩。
Oh damn!
那
You're
一
leaving your
晚
job.
什么都变了。
What's
有传闻说城墙外发现一个独眼浪人，而且他很希望是真的。
I think, to be honest, I was looking at what you did before, and I think you would do. In my opinion, I think you'd do good with some like more like focus time. I think Matt calls it like I can't remember what Matt calls it. Like there's like free flow immersion or whatever he calls it, and there was the like focused immersion, intensive immersion. I forget what he called it, but like looking at more words in like a short period of time and taking some pieces of content and going to like 100% comprehension, like using that link and stuff like that, I found really useful, especially in the beginning. Like YouTube videos with very colloquial language, and just going through the CC subs with that, I found so useful. Yeah, I'll probably just binge watch Terrace House maybe as well. I mean, I know like very little about Japanese, so yeah, listen to Matt, he's a smart guy. That's probably what I'd do though.
这个孩子原本未来可期，但他所逃离的邪恶在他脸上留下了一道伤疤，一个时刻提醒他过去种种的记号。
伤疤，过去种种什么？
不知道为什么，卢帕卢平毁灭老村子的那晚放过了你，他一定有什么打算。问题是，到底是什么呢？毫无疑问，你就是那个孩子。而卢帕卢平对你的村庄、对你的妈妈和爸爸所做的，
Are the others accept Heisig on them as well? You could argue yes and no. So I mean, I guess they are sort of mnemonic, but they're basically the other two that I mentioned. They're not like Heisig in the way that you make up a made up story for how the character works. Instead, they'd teach you how the actual characters work. So trying to think of an example, but okay, let's just say Mama, because it's on the screen, right? If you can see after the second comma, there's the Mama on the right, and you can see you've got, say, the character for girl on the left and the character for horse on the right. So ma. So the ma is horse, that's the character on the right, that's the sound, and the left is girl. So it's like, okay, it's a girl that sounds like ma, it's ma, so it's mum. That's how like most of the characters work. And there's also, like meaning plus meaning and other stuff like that. So basically the ones by Outlier Linguistics teach you how the characters are actually put together and why they're that way, to get you to understand how Chinese characters work. And then after that, the idea is that your brain is like understands enough about it that you can start picking up the patterns and recognizing it a lot easier, which does happen, especially when you read a lot. So I'd probably try Outlier, give Outlier a shot maybe, if you don't like mnemonics, because it's actually based on how the characters actually work.
他说你花了很长时间才释怀过去，找到自己眼下的路，但他很感激。
It's called biomutant.
做到了。
It's in the title of the video, biomutant. So Seabot said, yeah, I'll have more time. I want to dedicate an hour also to true immersion, just letting it play, but then spend more time on the slower immersion looking at words. I think that's a good idea. It sounds like, based on what you told me, like if you just stood there and didn't look up any words, you'll obviously infer some stuff from context, but it's like, if words are jumping out at you, like even in my first day learning Spanish, I started watching La Casa de Papel, and I just kept on hearing this word. It was like, hotel. I was like, what does that mean? I look it up and it means fuck. I'm like, okay, well, that's why they say it so much. But it's an example. Like, that was day one of learning Spanish, and like just things jump out at your brain. Like if it's jumping out of your brain, look it up. I think it's or like I think I've seen that before. We'll look it up. I think they're the ones you want to go for, and or if you just see, oh, I don't get this word in a sentence, and I think it's important to the plot.
袭击发生后，原本的团结被土崩瓦解。面对降临在大地上的瘟疫，你妈妈的学徒们四分五裂， 组建了各自的部族。毁灭生命之树的威胁从未如此迫在眉睫，它也为一直积极推动世界毁灭和大清除的贾格尼族而担忧。
Yeah, it came out like this week on Wednesday. It came out on the 25th, I think. Was it 25th?
如果不是多亏了世界之树，就没有人能幸存下来。他希望你至少能把世界之树铭记于心。
So it's a flashback. But yeah, the game looks alright. From what I understand, I think it's all narrated by the same guy. So like, if you wanted to expand your vocab, maybe it would be easier to pick up if it's because it's just the one voice. I don't know. Nah, this is not Taiwanese voiceovers. This is mainland Chinese. You're not gonna get a game with a Taiwanese voiceover, as far as I'm aware. I don't think, anyway.
问你累不累？毕竟从村子到这里一路挺累的。他想知道你的妈妈知不知道你在这儿。
What does he want to know about my? He's asking if my mum know I'm here. 他不关心我。
听起来他觉得他是这样的。
Yeah, I don't. To be honest, John, like most of the stuff that I immerse in now is probably from mainland China, just because the dramas that I'm liking are from there at the moment. So like, there's another one, Soul Land, which was what's it? 堕楼大陆 is it like a TV series I'm watching at the moment, which is absolutely amazing. Like fantasy sort of genre, you know, lots of fighting, that sort of thing. And yeah, all these things tend to be from mainland China. The Taiwanese dramas are too romantic.
他们见土豆人。这些土豆人又称诺诺，是一个奇迹。他们跟生命之树有一种内在连接，为生命之树提供活力来源。
Yeah, so this game's all about the tree of life, I think. So we said 生命之树，之 the character there is like a fancy way of saying the. 我不相信魔法，这个说。
魔法，他宣称这只是生命之力，是能量的具象化，在为所有，例如诺诺的生命提供能量和连接。诺诺喜欢藏在荧光草里，他说你应该过去拨开草丛，看能不能找到它们。
Right, I think I'm gonna, in terms of the game, I think I'm gonna leave it here for now. So let me just go out of that, and I'll do a bit more on questions and whatnot if you have any before I go. Because I've got something. I'm speaking to my mate at past, so that's in like 10 minutes or so. So I'm gonna leave off this soon. But yeah, so China on games, they do have a lot of individual, games made in China. Most of them tend to be MMORPGs, which some of them look pretty good quality and a lot of voice acting in. Like, got things based off, for example, Journey to the West that look really cool with like Sun Wukong and stuff in. The only problem with that is my computer at the moment. I don't think it's good enough to play like the new MMOs because it's really old. It's like 5 years old. So that's why I haven't done it. But the one that I was playing then, Biomutant, is actually made from a Swedish developer. Something Nordic, something Nordic. I forget the name. But yeah, a lot of games now have Mandarin audio in. So Cyberpunk has Mandarin audio. A lot of the Resident Evil games have Mandarin audio. So yeah, I was thinking of recording and I'll probably add English subtitles if I do it. I'll just do some gameplay videos for Resident Evil and just yeah, well, absolutely like scare the hell out of me and then put it in some videos. It might be entertaining, and then put in some Chinese and see if it's educational. So Derek asks, how would you rate your listening comprehension versus reading comprehension for the material you consume? Are you catching most of the meaning first time round, or do you need to listen again? That very much depends on what the content is. For most podcasts and TV shows, I find I understand virtually everything first time, which is a really nice place to be at the moment. But you know, for more complicated stuff like technical, like news videos where they speak really formally, I struggle a lot listening to the formal language with just my ears, and I have to rely on the subtitles, like the Chinese subtitles, to understand that, because a lot of like 2 character words change to 1 character, and then it's really hard to pick out with my ear. So it would be like Yi Jing would be Yi, and it just like everything shortens. I find that my brain's not used to it, so I need to look at the characters. For other stuff like audiobooks, I mean, that depends on what the book is, I suppose, because they're all at different levels. If I was to listen to an audiobook of a Jin Young novel, for example, I'd have very little idea of what's going on. More technical stuff about science, I'm getting better, but with, I still think, I mean, I'm not really listening to too much of it without subtitles. But like, I'm doing a course about physics now on Coursera, and there's a lot of new words coming up that I don't know, so I have to look at the subtitles. You know, like words for like proton, electrons, like magnetic flux and things like this. You know, I obviously the concepts and stuff I know in English, which helps, but I don't know the Chinese words, so there's a lot of new words that are coming up in that. So yeah, it depends very much on the content, but you know, for average podcasts, like just talking about not too complicated stuff, I understand, I think, virtually all of it first time, to be honest, which is pretty nice situation to be in. Like, it's been over 2 years now, so yeah, it's been going good. So unless I'll wait a few seconds, see if anyone else has any more questions, and if not, I'll duck out. But thank you those of you who came to watch. I appreciate it, and yeah, no one has any more questions, so I'm going to go, and I'll probably be doing some more stuff like this in the future. This was more of a test run today to see if it actually worked, to see if my capture card worked on my computer, and it does, so that's good to know. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the